All right, guys. So there's been there's been a suggestion to put the chairs in a circle so we can have the middle for lying down. That's totally fine if you want to do that. So make yourselves comfortable. All right, and we'll start this in about 5 minutes. I don't think we need the microphone, the loudspeaker for this, do you? Oh, yes, we do for David.
If he's going to be talking.
I might. Yes, we brought one for me.
No, he's not gonna.
Hey, Charlie?
Yes.
Do we have the extension cord like we had the last time?
I don't know what got. Oh, you're setting up the sound system.
Yeah, just the extension.
Okay. Let me see what we got back here.
Or if this can reach, that's fine too.
What do you got?
Can it reach?
Plugs there.
Oh, look at this. You have Where can I put this where it won't be away?
What is it?
It's a 6-speaker system for your microphone.
You need that, right?
This camera's
Is it going to be perfect?
You
filming for yourself?
No, there was no plug.
I mean, whose camera is
No,
that?
I'm gonna go around.
Is that your camera? Oh, and you're filming it for yourself?
Am I gonna hit anything back here?
You do make it sound good. Here we go. Sorry, that's good. Right, you do that one.
I didn't want it to go over. Okay.
We'll work around it.
Whose spot is this, yours?
That's me, yep.
It would be
Of course.
Yeah, thanks. That was actually.
You should tell them.
I only want to record that.
Jackie, can you hear me back there? Is this on? Yeah.
No?
It doesn't sound like it's on, does it?
No.
Oh, wait a minute. This is another button.
Line in mode.
How about now, Jackie?
I know, I didn't know what they.
She's gonna get going out there. We'll only do it for the first couple of You got the memo.
Let's make sure it's. Okay, we're in. Sure, whenever you're ready.
All right. I'm gonna do an intro, then Charlie do a meditation, and then you.
If you'd like to just drop in the lights a little right now to see it, how it picks up on the camera.
Yeah, I didn't think this either, but. Yeah, we talked, he's gonna do it.
Yeah, we're right. We're in the lights a little bit and see if it affects this. That's okay.
Keep going.
No. Everything, yeah, that's about it.
That's about it?
Yeah, because it started getting a weird effects on all your gongs.
Well, that would be. Add to this, I can add.
Yeah, there's only one switch on and.
As long as it's streamed when it was dark like that, it'll be darker. A little darker would be better. Unless you don't like the.
Well, the thing is, it's not just for the screen. No, that's too dark.
Too much? Okay, that's too dark. Is that one okay? There you go.
I can live with that.
Okay, we'll just leave it.
Until something else comes.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. I know I probably don't need a mic today, but we have a new toy and we have to test it out. So if it works, we're keeping it. Anyway, so thanks for coming. As most of you know, we're the Metaphysical Center of New Jersey, a nonprofit organization. We rely on folks like you for donations, for membership, and for participation in events. So if you have any friends that you'd like to recommend to us, please do so. It's metaphysicalcenter.org. There are plenty of events that we have. There's a 13 semester program that Charles Lovello, our vice president, just finished here in Lyndhurst, and he's starting another one in Midland Park.
In the fall, we're gonna have 2 classes, one in Midland Park, one here in Lyndhurst.
Okay, great. So look for that. It's a 13 semester program of study. It includes everything you can think of that's esoteric. All right. We also have full moon meditations, other meditations that you'll see on our website, and psychic fairs every few months. So a lot of fun events. Here we do a speaker presentation once a month. We've been doing that now since last September. So after tonight, next month, actually it's a special one. It's a movie night. All right, so just look for that. August we take off since most people are on vacation. Then we'll pick it up in September again. All right, so I am proud to introduce David Karlberg to you. And besides a dear friend of mine, David is a musician, a gong player, a sound meditation facilitator, and has been sharing his magic and healing powers of the gongs for many years, including here at the Metaphysical Center in New Jersey prior to COVID. He studied with several people, Gong Yoga with Don Conreaux, gong playing and sound healing with Mike Tamburo, and vocal healing sound with Silvia Nakkach. Sorry if I mispronounced those names. Dave's a clinical social worker and has a private psychotherapy practice in northern New Jersey. And as I said, a very dear friend of mine. David, thank you so much. He's going to start us off with a meditation and do the gong, and then we'll have a break. But thank you, David.
Okay, thank you. Okay, yeah, do I need to use it?
It's up to you.
No, I don't. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. Hi, thank you. Great, thank you for coming. Oops, there we go. And thanks to Bill for inviting me back. Yeah, we when we were doing the where was that?
In my house, you mean?
No,
At the yoga place.
no.
Oh, the
Yeah, we
Paramus.
did yoga, but also the Universal Church in
In
Paramus.
Paramus, yeah.
We did a number of gong
Yeah,
events
great.
there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you. So let's see. Let's see. How many have been to something like this before? A gong bath or sound healing? Okay, great. A number of you have. That's wonderful. I'd like to help sort of warm up, and we're going to use the meditation that goes in as part of the warm up and the settling in for the gong bath. Yes, Bill? Oh, sorry.
Can't hear you.
Thank you.
That's why we use a mic.
I can't hear you. I need the mic. Maybe.
That's okay. Okay, no, fair enough. You let me know, okay? Just
Okay,
say,
yeah.
go like this if,
Okay, you got it.
if I get too soft.
Several of us are aged. Wow.
Okay. So, I would like to do a meditation sort of to increase the sensitivity of ourselves in preparation for receiving the sounds. Come on. So find a nice comfortable position for yourself, seated. And of course, if you get uncomfortable or you need to shift, please feel free to move around too. And so just take a couple of your own breaths, settle in, and open your ears. Just notice the sounds. And close your eyes or leave them open. Notice all the sounds that are in the room already. And these sounds will be with us as we go through the evening. The sounds of humans being in a room with each other. So this will be part of our soundscape tonight. You may even notice the sound of your own breathing, which we never really hear, but it's there all the time with us too. And continuing nice, soft breaths. But you start to pay attention to where you're sitting on the floor. Your sits bones, as they're called conveniently. Just notice what it's like, what it feels like. And then allow your attention to start to move up your back along your spine. You'll notice at the bottom there are the 5 lumbar spines connecting your rib cage to your sacrum. And then the 12 thoracic vertebrae where your rib cage connects. You may notice yourself moving. You may even notice some other feelings there as you start to pay attention. As you start to pay attention to the sensations. And then up the neck to the skull. And I bring your attention here because when we hear the gongs or any sounds at all, our whole body is picking up the sound, not just our ears. We have little receptors in our skin that pick up our sensitive vibration, air movement, things like that. And all sound is vibration. So now just a little bit of an experiment. As you sit there, allow yourself, maybe tip your head over to the right and notice what happens in your spine. Notice what happens in the subtle little weight shift going all the way down the spine. How it affects the sit bones, the pressure that you noticed there before. And then, with the same awareness, just lift your head back up straight. And tip your head over to the other side. And again, notice what the muscles that are straining. Notice where the effort to keep yourself upright. And then allowing yourself to come to balance again. And again, noticing the sounds, incorporating it all in. Being curious about the different sounds. If you find yourself getting tense or wondering what's with the different sounds, we may hear some sounds from outside too. It is a busy neighborhood. Just invite you to breathe into your belly. Practice breathing in deep And breathing out. Knowing that everything is safe inside this room. As safe as you can be. And a couple more things. One, we have a sound maker with us all the time, our voice. Right? And so I'm going to make some noise here. And I'm going to invite you to hum. And as you do that, notice the vibrations. Notice where the vibrations are in your body, in your jaw, in your sinuses maybe. Play with the pitch if you like. You can go a little higher. Notice how that changes the vibration. You may feel it move in your head, different parts of your head. The way it affects your body may change. Just taking note of all of these things as we awaken these senses. And then dropping back down. One more breath out. Allowing yourself to come to stillness, noticing what it's like now that it's silent. Just noticing. Okay. Okay, so let's do one more deep breath. And if your eyes are closed, bring yourself back to the room. Gentle, as gently as you can or need to. Okay. Well, thank you for all participating in that. I like how willing you are to hum and make noise with each other. So as we prepare for this, just saying, this is a Shruti box. Kind of like an accordion or a harmonic, or an accordion where the air pressure is what creates the sound, or a harmonium is what I was going to say. But this is a drone instrument. And a drone instrument is one that just keeps playing the same note over and over and over again, continuously. And so we can learn we can feel what it's like to be with the drone and then go away from the drone and then come back again. And that's one way that you can use sound for yourselves. So part of this talk is also about how you can use sound for yourself in the different ways that we can use sound. As I said before, all sound is vibration, right? And the faster the vibrations, the higher the pitch. Sorry, there's a little bug. And it can start off with just like a drum beat. The slowest kind of vibration, right? One thing about a drum beat like this is that when we're all in the room together when it's happening, if we listen closely or allow ourselves to experience it, all of a sudden there's a clock in the room or a pulse in the room that we are all part of and all experiencing at the same time. And so it's a way they're all synced up together. Before we were just sitting in a room, but now we're here all having the same experience with the clock of this. And again, notice what the sound, how you are experiencing the sound. And notice how there's the punch of the beat and then the decay of the sound, right? As people come in, it's wonderful that more and more people are coming. One of the things that happens with a pulse like this, or any drone sound, is that even though it's affecting us, since it's so consistent, a part of our mind that pays attention to things or finds things interesting can start to find this dull. As just something, oh, it's there, it continues to be there, and I don't have to pay any attention to it. And this is where the idea of like trance can come in during a sound experience. Because that part of your brain, the creative, the attention seeking, the noticing part of your brain, can kind of go off and think about other things. Especially as we're going to get into the Gong experience. Even though you'll be still and lying, your brain will be active. Brain can be active in a couple of different ways. One is it can go offline, right? You just be silent and still, and you may not know what's happening. Maybe the part of your brain that's paying attention rests, right? And maybe you'll nap, or you'll go into a soft space on the way to sleep. Another thing that could happen is that as your body is still, your brain has the freedom to move and fly around, come up with all kinds of ideas, and connect with your creative self. And either one is a wonderful thing. Notice what's happening as the drum speeds up. Your attention go all of a sudden, right? It shifted. And your attention went back to it. enjoying that experience, right? Something shifted, all of a sudden it brings us back to the moment. It brings us back to the moment. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to start the gong portion. The door is open to the outside, which I guess so people may still be coming in while we're sitting here, and then people will be attending. And so if things like that happen, I invite you to respond in whichever way you feel is appropriate, but know that there are people who are attending to that, and you can just continue to breathe and experience the gong, right, and the sound. Make yourself comfortable, settling in. We're not going to turn the lights down anymore because of the streaming. I haven't said hello to the streaming people, so I'm glad the streaming people are here too. The plan is we'll do this for about 45 minutes and then take a break, right? That's the way we usually do things here. And then we'll come back and we'll do like a Q&A and maybe a little more teaching, and can let you try out gongs too. Okay. Slowly gather yourself up from wherever you drifted off to. Bring yourself back down into the mat, into your body in this room. Moving slowly, there's no rush. Sometimes it's good to find yourself. You can wiggle your fingers and you can wiggle your toes and your wrists and your ankles, coming back into your body, making sure you have all your parts with you as you come back into the room. You can twist to the side if you like, twist to the other side. You can stretch your arms out above your head, breathing in, feeling your lungs and your ribs move. Yep. Checking out your body, seeing how it feels, noticing any differences, any changes. Remembering and bringing back with you anything that you encountered that you may like to remember, or that you could use or need in the future. Taking a couple nice sized breaths. If you feel like you're making some noise on the out breath. If you feel like making some noise, start this up. Let's do one more. And we can do a couple ohms to center ourselves and bring ourselves back. Breath in. One more. Breath in. No need to hurry. Well, we have a little break scheduled now. I think there's some lovely food in the back. Some people have brought in some refreshments. Taking care of yourself. Moving as slowly as you need to. After around 15 or 20 minutes, we'll recollect and you, I don't know, you can come up and play the gongs, you can ask some questions, things like that. Good, good, thanks.
Great.
Oh, yeah?
That's what it looked like.
Oh, great, awesome. Yeah, it's good for video.
And it's going to be running now. I don't turn it off. I can't because I'll lose the stream.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, so I couldn't turn it off and turn it back on.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
it'll just pick up whatever's going on.
okay. Yeah, I've never streamed before, so I don't know. Right. Oh, so it's a YouTube stream.
In
So,
other words, any service that you're using,
yeah.
usually once you stop the stream, it ends that stream. You would have to relaunch it.
Create another one. Got it.
And since we're doing under one YouTube link for people to connect to,
Right.
I just don't stop the stream.
Okay. Sure.
It turned out great.
Yeah, it's still running. Oh, it's still running? I can't stop the stream. YouTube stops and starts with you. Okay. So I'm just gonna leave this for years if anybody gets into it. If anybody wants to take this.
I thought I was. Oh,
Enjoying it. I love the stream sounds. I love the stream sounds. It's other
Hey, would you take a picture of me sitting there? Like sort of like around the thing? I never get a shot of that. I always get pictures of the dog without me in it. Oh, no. Well, they're much more photogenic than I am.
Yes, where do you want to be? Oh my God. Ah, great. All right, don't move. Let's see. I'm gonna take a video of this whole thing.
And once all the payments on the old cards are going to start to payment, we'll have to ask you to reimburse it. Buddy, put my name
Sure, yep.
I'll I'll ask, I might have to ask you to. I've got proof that
When you did this in my house in the Midland, was that like the first time you were doing it?
Yeah, it was the first time I ever brought him out in public.
Years ago,
We'll give the programming. She's doing some programming. 648, yeah.
That's a message.
You don't have my message, maybe. Pretty cool. What's that? Oh, isn't it? It's still live. Oh, yeah. I think I want to. Oh, I wonder where he's live streaming. Oh, it's YouTube live? Can I set up?
It's Richard Proof Channel.
Yeah. So I'm in marketing, and a colleague of mine, he's like a mentor. He's got a very fast-growing agency. He's got the 10,000-foot view, and social media live streaming is going to blow up a lot. There's going to be a lot of live streaming going on, and there's going to be new platforms, new social media platforms, strictly live streaming, like Twitch is one of them.
Who is this? Who's doing
Gary
it?
Vaynerchuk he's from Jersey, but he lives in Long Island. He's got an agency in Hudson Yards, and he shares a lot of valuable information, not just about marketing, about life. He's kind of what do they call him? Like a thought leader type person. It's like a thought leader type person they call him. So, shares a lot of good info, especially for younger people about business, entrepreneurialism, and he's typically right about everything. He's very good. So it's going to blow up. I'm looking at it because my next business is going to be live streaming. I'm going to sell art through a show. I sold 90% of all my possessions before in June 2020, I drove to the West Coast from Jersey. But I had this idea that said, make a video.
Like doing COVID, right?
Yeah, I left. I just I was summoned by the universe. And it was, in hindsight, it was the second best thing I ever did. First thing, I got married when I was 37. That was the first thing. Even though we didn't last, but it was a huge growth experience. Huge. And so was this.
Or tell you what, why don't we move away from the camera?
Oh, right, because it's the mic's on, yeah? Well, I'm sure they're enjoying this. I had fun. Yeah. I like it. No, yeah, I like
I have been used kind of like dormant or
The reason I Now it's sort of like everybody's. There isn't
You know, the thing about that, no, that's very different. You know, he's deal with like, you know, humans here up to like 20,000. That's the top level. These are around, like, these low ones are like 64 hertz. You know, the higher ones might be around 10,000. When they talk about 100,000 hertz, a lot of electronic device. It's almost like an ultrasound, like electronic versus yeah, it's a lot of technology. I just wanted to hear it. Oh, really?
Now a good time to
I'm actually in the process of completing a paper we sell.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's a multi-vendor paper we sent it working 10 years on. And, it's not called The Bridge of Truth, it's something else. I won't give you the name. Unfortunately, right now I'm getting Russian bots.
Really?
Hundreds and hundreds of
On the side?
yeah, they just bought it and they create these fake accounts. It's horrible.
Really?
Oh yeah, and everybody's dealing with this now.
Oh, I know. 5, 6,
It isn't just my son. I thought maybe it was just me. The fellow that created the streaming software that I'm using it says it's that's one of the facts. So we're gonna try to figure out ways around like blocking domains or something like that.
I have an IT friend.
No, it's I was staying in New York, and I got actually checked in, and I've kept it safe.
I live in Tunis.
Well, right now I'm in Hawthorne, but unfortunately I'm going to be moving, but someplace similar area. I was caring for my parents for 15 years, and I had to sell the house.
Oh, wow, that's a tough job. Tough one. That's a very tough job.
Well, I was taking care of both of them at the same time.
Oh.
And then about 8 years ago, my father passed, and I just had to take care of my mother got older. It was literally became a
Yes.
I mean, when they were together, I had to work I was doing a lot of stuff for medicine. It was like this sort of organization, metaphysical center. It was called medicine. It was created by Jody Serra. She's affiliated, and I know the people. 4.5 hour, 4.5 hour birthday Just do that. It's all on the YouTube channel if you go there.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the Bridge of Truth. My contact me through Almaden, that's my video at thebridgeoftruth.com. But if you go to YouTube and just search for the Bridge of Truth channel, then you'll see the videos going back 12 years ago, 10 videos.
Just a way to get to it.
Mostly,
Yeah, you can do that.
personal empowerment, self-help, healing, positive perspective. I'm a scientist and musician, so I was trying to bridge the gap between science and it's been mostly on the religious side but personally, I'm becoming much more interested now in everything from simple to more complex, whatever it is, it's constant. As a matter of fact, I created one offshoot of Bridge of Truth.
Oh, now it's
Yeah, you'll see it. Yeah. So I started back in 2010. Basically, meeting with got involved with different organizations. Anybody who has something positive to share with the world, they can ask judgment on it. It wasn't about promoting one particular religion or one particular society. As long as it's positive, I'm not looking for anything that's
nothing just out there.
make mega people concerned. But the thing is, for instance, one of my her name is Sheikh. She actually 2 months ago. She travels the world. Sufi, which is it's the mystical branch of Islam.
Oh, okay.
And she went to Africa. She went to Africa like almost 30 times. And I became close with her. I published a series of videos. I published them in videos. And she came back from Africa. So I've been doing a lot of creative things with her. She already had an own about herself before she was gone. As a matter of fact, we did a 3-part, 3 hours, literally 3 hours long, where she talks about her that's on there. You'll see all kinds of stuff. And I can't explain. It's got to be on one. And I'm now expanding what I do is to create a pay-per-view. Website. Basically to allow people. To allow people to become video entrepreneurs.
You know, I just remember. So I used to publish National Magazine. They used to have it here.
That sounds like familiar, but there was another magazine that was more North Jersey. That I remember.
Well, no, we were Bergen and the other one was called. It's probably still. I just haven't seen it lately. I'm not going to anywhere too much, but I forget. That's the metaphysical one.
Yeah.
Like clap together.
It was monthly, but it was actually very good. And I actually wrote some articles on it.
What was it? Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but it was. It had a lot of good influences. I forget the name of it, but I'm not good.
There's so few places now
Yeah, but we sold it. Thank God, January. It was the last asset of my marriage. We didn't use lawyers. Things as I should have, in hindsight, I should have had lawyers. I had hindsight, but I'm gonna try.
just divided up all. I mean, you guys build that business together, or is that just?
I ran it more. It was my baby. She had a restaurant when we got married. So that wasn't even her baby in the end. I was like the last year I was managing it. But she lost interest because she became she did acupressure. What's her name? Gatto? Isabella Gatto. And then she learned a number of different modalities. And now my ex-wife's actually, she's a certified Tibetan medicine. Yeah, she studied her certificate. What else does she do? She's in ayahuasca.
I've heard the name, but I don't really know the name.
Yeah, it's psychoactive.
Yeah, I asked him to read
I wanted to do the word I just like, I like the system.
I do too.
Yeah.
Yep. I know, that was my favorite.
You have to really push it.
I think
Is there a win?
No, they're building that's the thing you might see this one, or have this one, because they're very, not very tuned. You know what I mean? The Gong is basically almost just a concave, very wide. Very wide. Okay, so
David, you want to gather everybody?
So I'll do it. So if anybody has any questions or they want to watch,
Hello,
I'm going to do
everybody.
a couple demos up here.
Yeah, okay.
So if people are interested, you can come on up. They're very so it's almost like a violin meditation where it's a spiritual vibrating. I suggest and the ladies in the room are sitting there, we're trying to meditate. That's we just let them.
So is that texture?
Yeah, well, they're like a rubber or
Oh, okay. I mean,
like a very soft
What? 1 second. Thank you.
God bless you.
yeah,
Yes, that is.
they are.
I
We teach it in the
Yeah, this is like a serum. Everybody gets that, like.
other place in town here called Mystic. From the Lyndhurst area.
Interesting. So what do you do?
I don't know why, I think it's the guy who said first came up with the
I
idea.
noticed that I heard somebody say. With that's weird. Oh, okay. Private, that's what I'm saying. I thought you were private.
What a great song. Every sound. Without stopping it, because one thing that happens in the interface, it stops. It can stop the current vibration while it's doing
that's what I'm doing. Yeah, but were you sneezing before you came?
No, he just was. That's what I said.
Really? Maybe it's the release of something.
That's what I said. If I'm releasing things, but I didn't take something like that.
One of the things that can happen
For you to show this.
I can feel it.
is just the tone. It might be a bit fun. Just the tone. Maybe it's together. Oh, okay. Yeah, so let's do some, yeah. Let's do some Q&A.
Let me turn the microphone on.
Morning mood.
Hello everyone, hello everyone. Thank you for coming. Dave would like to just take some Q&A at this point. So if you could, grab a seat, come around closer to the stage, and let's have some Q&A, and Dave will be happy to answer your questions. And then afterwards, you can go back and enjoy the goodies back there. And by the way, we want to thank Marie. Marie, where are you? Marie, for these wonderful refreshments. Everyone, please give her a hand. Thank you. So bring some chairs around here, and Dave will answer some questions for you.
Yeah, if you have any questions. Does anybody have questions?
Let him use the microphone.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How long have you been doing this? Repeat the question so people get it.
Okay, thank you. So one question was, how long have I been doing this? I started in 2015. Yeah. My first Gong Bath was 2014 from one of my teachers, Mike Tamburo, and I fell in love with it then, and I've just been collecting them ever since.
Very nice. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just going to add something to that. David and I were in a men's group together, and one evening he said, "Listen, I'm experimenting with these gongs. Would you mind if for the next meeting we focus on that?" So we said, "Sure." We had no idea what it was. He brought about four of these large gongs into my living room, and we had about 8 or 9 guys in there. We said, "Whoa!" And so we did our normal meditation, all of that, and then he treated us to this gong bath. We just lied back for at least a half hour. We said, "Oh, David, you've got to keep doing this." So since then, I've been to many of these events with David, and it's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, that was my first in public one, so it was really great that I got a positive response.
Oh, a very positive response. We're just like you guys. I mean, we were chilled out and we said, "Yeah, this is awesome." I'm curious about the people that you studied with. I mean, David is also a drummer, and we share the love of drums together, so we're many drum circles together. And he's got, oh my God, a plethora of different types of drums. But I'm curious about the teachers that teach this art form. I would love to hear a little bit about that. the Gong teaches
Sure.
and what they do in terms of, is it just because obviously this is an improvisation what you do. I mean, it's not a set gig, it's an improvisation. So how do you do that? I mean, I just heard you talking a little bit about different frequencies, and so I would love to hear what some of your teachers taught you about how you do this.
Sure. Let's see. I think this way of thinking about the gong came from yoga, specifically, I think, Kundalini yoga in the 1950s and the 1960s. That's where one of the main guy, one of the originators of it, Don Conreaux, was part of like one of the first batches of people who taught Kundalini yoga, and so they started to use it. They use it during their yoga sessions or meditations, but they use it very differently there. And then my other teacher, Mike Tamburo, studied with Don Conreaux. Don Conreaux is like 95 now. He still goes around teaching. He's just in Europe. Amazing guy. And how does Mike talk about playing the gongs? He's started out as a musician and almost like a free jazz, punk rock kind of guy. So it's just playing whatever he could, and so it's really about how to combine what kinds of sounds can you get out of it, but also in the service of the group. And so and that's really the way I think of it too, is there's a lot of other sounds you can make with the gongs that are clanky and obnoxious. You know, you can make it really loud. You know, they get horribly loud. And so, so the goal is to the service to the group, facilitate a journey for the group as much as possible while creating and bringing along enough of a variety of sounds so that people have multitude of experience even during the Gong Bath itself. Almost like I was thinking like the term rhapsody, right? Like it's we think of rhapsody as being something like just something wonderful, right? But it's musically it means a journey and a change in music and a change in things as it progresses through, like Bohemian Rhapsody, right? That's the one we all think of, but goes back many hundreds of years. It's that idea of like a traveling or a variety of different musical or sounds that go from one place to another. And so that's the way I've started to think about this too.
And obviously you're in a meditative mode when you do this.
Yeah.
So I mean, I could certainly see that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have anything specifically in mind for this one prior to, in terms of what journey you wanted to take us on, or did you just kind of improvise as you got here?
Improvised as I got here. I could tell the group was very receptive, and so I dove right in, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, and I really wanted it to. Usually, it starts out nice and slow, and then in the middle there's some challenging parts, or maybe dissonant parts, with the idea of stimulating the nervous system in a different way, so that people start maybe even feel a little tension, they feel a little unease, and then bringing it back down in a very, in a way so that we resolve that tension. And so the person has gone through, or at least that's the way I think of it, where they've gone through a journey of some kind. And the tension and the different things can bring different things to mind. That's where the personal part of it comes in. You all went on your own journeys. Yeah.
And I imagine, you don't mind, I'm asking all the
No,
questions.
no, that's great, otherwise I just babble.
I imagine it's also like improvisation on theater where the audience, even though they're quiet, they really become part of it. Because energetically, we're feeding off of each other.
Sure.
And so I'd love to hear your experience of the crowd so that we hear what part of that. And our energy and how we responded, I'm sure affected David in some way in terms of where he was taking us. So can you just, do you feel that's true in terms of how you do this?
Yes, and a lot of it is based on the sound of the group, actually. You know, there are times where people are just, I'll use the technical term, zonked out. You
The
know,
sound of the group, you said?
No, they're
they're
just
down?
zonked. Yeah, they're just down.
Oh.
They are out.
Yeah. I see.
And so that means that things are going nicely. So I can just keep going in that mode.
Yeah.
And then maybe I'll shift and I can hear people all of a sudden they'll be rustling. People will sit up. They'll switch over. So obviously something has affected.
Yeah.
And so I can either keep going in that direction or, and I'll admit, we had some rambunctious people outside. And I said, oh, well, let's kick this up louder because otherwise people are going to be paying attention to that. And so that was a moment where I said, okay, let's bring the focus back into here with a change and a little more dynamic sounds and more volume, more interesting variety, so that people would have the choice of where they, this would draw your attention back in. That would be.
Yeah, and for me, that's a great example of us being all one.
Mm-hmm.
We're all so connected, even in a situation where apparently David's doing his thing and we're just receiving. We're really so integrated energetically, even beyond what can be seen. So I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yes, and thank you all for. Oh, yeah, please, Charlie.
I have a comment. It was very relaxing and peaceful and harmonizing, but I wasn't sleepy. I thought I would fall asleep once you started because I had a long day and I was tired, but no, it was beautiful, harmonizing, vibrating, and it did not put me to sleep at all. You know how sometimes in a deep meditation, some of the group will fall asleep.
Well, that happened for some people here too.
Yeah. No, I was just vibrating, harmonizing. I don't know what, but but
great.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah. It meets people where they are. And if that facilitating of that deep restful state. And then, noticing or being willing to go where it goes. Like if you had said, "Gee, I'm just sitting here and I'm not falling asleep. Maybe there's something wrong, or maybe I'm not getting it, or something like that, right?" So that idea of to roll with it, just accept what's there to get what you can out of it.
Yeah, it was almost energizing for me.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Who else had some experience that they want to share?
I'd like to comment on two things. First of all, I was curious if you had any stories about the gongs, because I see that there's 5 or 6 that are all essentially the same, maybe even the same manufacturer, and one in the center is so different right behind you that looks like a beaten.
Do you want to describe these?
Sure.
The one on the bottom there, that particular one, it's all different.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I turned it to face the room because you were sitting there.
Let's see. So these are all, I think they're called nickel bronze gongs, and it's the specific metal that they're hammered out of. They're also hand hammered gongs, and they're all from Europe. So Pasty, they're famous, right? They make cymbals, right? Pasty makes a lot of cymbals and things. Yeah. So some of these are Pasty gongs. I forget the other brand.
So you were looking for specific pitches when you were shopping for these?
I did put them together with the idea that they would go together. Yes. That was my first gong there. I think I bought those two at the same time. That's what they call a symphonic gong, and it's not really tuned to any specific note, but it has a nice bright sound. It's something that you might find in a symphony, and it just has like a gong that they would use in an orchestra or something like that. And then that's an earth gong, and that's it just so happened they go really well together. And that's tuned to a specific tone that's related to the frequency of the Earth's rotations around the sun, or something like that, according to somebody's number that they came up with. But it fits nicely, and it's a nice way to get to know what you're getting when you buy the different gongs. That's called a water gong. It's not really tuned to any specific note, but it does have the inverse dimple. It's got that dimple, and that really changes the sound of the gong. I think it sounds like it's something coming out of a deep well, like that. It has that kind of echoey sound to it. This is not tuned to any specific note, and this is more of a. It's more like a. I don't know what you call it. It's very rough sounding.
Yeah.
Right? I use it for those space sounds, actually, that kind of sounds. And I use it to tie together different transitions and sort of smooths out between one gong and another. And that was just, and I'm very lucky, I think, that they all sound good together, because often I would watch videos and buy them hoping they sounded like the video. These were all bought online from a store called Gongs Unlimited. Yeah, and so those two up there are also tuned to notes. That one and that one are basically like they match. And so when you play them together, they just create a much richer sound within the same note. Almost.
Do you want to demo that?
Sure.
You guys want to? I love what he was just saying.
Yeah. Okay. Watch that. So you can hear this note, right? It's almost like a bell, right?
So like fifths. So I was listening, and you were combining them in ways to go like to dance between consonance and dissonance. And it was the other question I wanted to ask about. You were using some techniques that I've never heard or seen, and it almost made it sound like you were getting them to almost speak, or a wailing sound out of the gongs. And I found that to be really, really, like you were scraping along them.
Yeah.
And using certain mallets to create. The one in the center, I believe, on top, you got it to like wail, and I was amazed by the sound that came out of that thing.
Yeah, well, there are different ways to do that. One is if you keep hitting it, it'll hit a resonance point. And actually, depending, like, usually things are symmetrical because it's a circle. So if you hit like these 2 points here, you'll get a higher pitched tone that comes out of it while you're hearing the lower pitch. But if you hit them here, or a little, like maybe out on the edges here, there'll be a different resonant, or a different high-pitched resonant tone.
Were you doing something where you're like scraping it?
Yeah, well, that's what these are. These are called flumies. Oh, I'm making that noise.
Sorry. You want me to hold the mic while you do that?
Well, let's see if this works. Nothing else except maybe some synthesizers or
No,
some
yeah,
whale
absolutely.
sound,
It's
right?
really amazing. Yeah. It almost sounded, on the other side, almost sounded like a high wailing. I'm going, oh my goodness.
That's all the different frequencies that are coming out of the gongs, all the different resonant frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any other questions? I also had a request for the didgeridoo.
Which is right behind you.
Oh, okay, there it is. I just don't know where it is. Oh, here, I don't know if I'll need this for the didgeridoo.
No, you
Unless you
won't
want to
for
hold
that.
it. I don't think we'll need it.
No, you're fine.
So, so the didgeridoo is a really interesting way to make noises. You know, it's all based on the frequency, right? And so you start out, it starts with a raspberry, go, and that's how you get the sounds. And you get different sounds from the didgeridoo. So that's basic sounds, just just changing the tightness of the lips so they vibrate more or less. And then because of the tube, it's tuned to a D, like it brings out a D, a specific tone. That's a voice. Then you can add the voice into it, so you get different things. And then so that's changing in the voice, you get the different rhythm. And then there's the circular breathing. I don't know if you've heard of that. See if I can bring it up. It's a way to, you kind of cheat because it takes a while to learn, but you save up some air in your cheeks while you close off the back of your throat with your tongue and breathe through your nose. So you have this little pocket of air that you're still using or blowing into the didge while you're breathing behind your mouth, so to speak, down into the lungs. So then you can, that's how that works.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of the earliest videos I did was of the Thuban throat singers.
Yep.
And they do that with their voice. It's extraordinary how they create that sound. Almost like double notes and triple notes. Amazing.
Yeah, that's quite a skill, what they are. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you for asking questions. Thank you for just being here and helping create this, because this only exists because each one of us is here. And if either of us was not here, it would be different, including me. But you can be with you guys.
Hey, enlightenment.
Anyway, guys, so thank you. So, yeah,
Bill,
Sally.
could we announce the next meeting is where
July 20th.
we're doing a movie,
Right.
Mission Joy. It's the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu.
Oh,
It's,
wow.
it's a movie, and we're going to try and show it here on
So right here, it's
Street.
sort of a summer festival, and I'm told that somebody might actually bring popcorn. We'll see. We'll see if that happens, but I think so. So that would be great fun here, July 20th, and then we'll take off for August, and then in the fall we'll resume again. But in the meantime, check out our website. We have information on there. If you're not on the mailing list, just go on the website and add your name, and all we'll do is we'll just keep you up to date as to what's happening. All right. Anything else? All right. So guys, again, thank you so much for coming. Tell your friends. Like I said, we're re-energizing the center. We're rebuilding it, and
He has business cards.
take it.
Dave has business cards over there.
Dave has some business cards. Okay, so please pick up some business cards from Dave. He's available. All right. I know he's a social worker, but he loves to do this on the side. So if you have events or organizations that you belong to, please tell them about it. You've experienced this, and it's absolutely beautiful. I know some people here, if this is the first time they've been here, so yeah, please pick up some cards and spread the word.
Great.
So David, thank you so much. It's an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And somebody says we get extra karma points if you help us stack up the chairs. So